Elected lawmakers from the left-wing and centrist parties in France remained hopeful of defeating the far right in the second round of polls on the 7th of July. Lawmakers from the left-wing New Popular Front coalition and President Emmanuel Macron's centrist alliance visited the country's parliament in Paris a day after the historic victory of Marine Le Pen's far-right national rally in the first round of election. Macron's party came third, trailing behind both the left wing and the far right.
For now, it's the moment where we welcome and we enter the building with the 32 lawmakers of the New Popular Front who were elected in the first round. And now, our task all this week will be solely focused on one goal and one goal only, that of having a majority for the New Popular Front.
Un chapitre dans l'histoire du...
I have been for 2 years with only the interest of millions of French people who faced with issues such as purchasing power, security, access to healthcare, education, and want concrete answers. These concrete answers will never be provided by the national rally which since Sunday evening has been at the gates of power.
And joining me from Paris is my colleague Ross Cullen. Ross, arithmetically speaking, can a united front block the path to government of Marine Le Pen's National Rally Party?
Yes, technically the opposition could get 280 seats. Marine Le Pen's National Rally could also get 280 seats. That would take them to 560, and the total number of MPs in France's lower house is 577. Now, it's unlikely that we would see such a mathematical breakdown of how the parties end up eventually after the decisive second round in terms of their number of MPs. But it is possible at the moment. That's why Marine Le Pen has called on all her campaigners, her canvassers, her candidates to keep up the pressure and to try to ensure that they can win a majority. She has reiterated again today that the National Rally Party leader, Jordan Bardella, will not take up the post of Prime Minister unless her party has won a majority. They know that it would be very tough for him to be Prime Minister with a relative majority, not with a full majority. Policies could be blocked, he would be vulnerable to no confidence votes, and there will be a lot of pressure on him and the party. So she has called on her campaigners to make sure they can get over the line and win an absolute majority.
Ross, how have markets reacted to the election result?
Well, in fact, there was a bit of a bullish reaction overall because what has come into play is the hung parliament option. Now, there were some worries that markets could react with shock and there could potentially be a bear response with share prices dropping if it looked as though the National Rally far-right populist party were on course for a majority, but polls project that they are on course for the greatest number of seats, but falling short of a majority. So we did see some share prices rise on Monday on the reaction of the results on Sunday from the first round of the election. Remember, it's a two-round process. That decisive second round is Sunday the 7th of July, when we will know that evening, late into the evening, how the French Parliament is going to look, the makeup of the National Assembly in terms of the National Rally, how far President Macron's party has truly fallen. Will the left-wing coalition, the New Popular Front, be able to break through and make gains and block the far right from accessing power? So there's a lot still to play for. We also are looking at the role the Republicans could play. They are a much smaller party than they once were. The party of Jacques Chirac, the party of Nicolas Sarkozy, providing many of the presidents, they trace their roots back to Charles de Gaulle even in the 1950s. However, they have become a shadow of their former selves, the Republicans. But if they get a sufficient number of MPs, and if the far right falls short of a majority, there is some talk that there could be confidence and supply arrangements whereby the Republicans, who are centre-right moderate conservatives, could offer their votes on a policy-by-policy basis to the far right if they can find some common ground on that particular piece of proposed legislation. So there's also new focus coming into play this week on the role that the Republicans might play next week after the results are confirmed.
Very interesting indeed. As they say, watch this space. Ross, we leave it there. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ross Cullen there reporting from Paris.